I was walking through town last night when some bloke stopped us and asked us if I was looking for a good time. I says, well, I'm always looking to have a good time, me. Well, he says, you want to get yourself in here? There's some cracking birds in there tonight. Well, I thought, great. I love birds, me. When I'm not out spotting the trains, I'm away admiring the birds. Mind, it was 10:15. I thought, that's a funny time for a bird exhibition. I says to him, I says, what they doing out at this time? He says, oh, they're out all night, singing and drinking. Well, I thought, I'm glad I haven't got any of them in my garden. I'd never get to sleep. I says, what sort of birds are they? He winked and went, the exotic variety. Well, that tickled me fancy. Well, it was only £6 to get in, so I thought, why not? I'll have a gander. It was a very popular exhibition. I struggled to get in the room. It was full of enthusiasts. Some of them were even dancing about like chickens. Mind, it was awfully dark inside there. And there was all these flashing lights everywhere and the music. It was absolutely blasting. I thought, the birds are not gonna like this one bit. I was right as well, because I'd been in there 10 minutes and there was not a sight of a single feather. I spoke to one of the other visitors. I says to him, I says, excuse me, sir, have you seen the birds? He says, aye. They've got great tits. I thought, I says, well, I like tits, but I was hoping to see something a bit more exotic. He just laughed at us then. Laughed and called us a dirty dog. Oh, what a peculiar man. So, I'd been all round the venue. There was nuts on all of the tables, but not a bird to be seen. I managed to grab one of the members of staff as she was walking past, and I expressed me disappointment. She says, well, they're probably all in the toilets, preening themselves. I says, well, that's no good to me. The bloke outside said they'd be all out, singing and drinking. I says, I'm not very happy at all. I was absolutely fuming. I says, now look here. I says, I know for a fact that you've got tits, and I'd like to see them, please. She didn't like that at all. She says, how? Don't be so cheeky. She says, I'm just here to sell the cocktails. I says, now we're talking. I love cocktails. I says, how much are they? She says, they're £8 each, but if you buy one cocktail, you get another cocktail half price. I thought, well, what a bargain that is. I says to her, what a bargain that is. She nodded. She says, they're gan cheap. I always thought they gan squawk myself, like, but anyway. I says to her, I says, that sounds a bit funny though. I says, it sounds a bit too good to be true. I says, wait, what's the catch? She says, aye, well, they're probably not the healthiest. Well, that really ruffled me feathers. I says, I've paid £6 to come in here and see some exotic birds, and not only have I not seen any, but now you have the audacity to try and flog me a pair of poly parrots. It's a bloody disgrace. Bloke from outside came over then. He flew over. He says, how? I think you've had enough cocktails for one night. I says, here. I says, there's nought for me in here. You said there'd be exotic birds. He says, well, what were you expecting to see? I says, I was at least expecting to see a cockatoo. He didn't like that. He got in a right flap. He says, get out. He says, get out. I says, I'm getting out. I says, you call this a bird exhibition? You've got peaky parrots, tits in the toilet, and you wouldn't recognise a decent cockatoo if it was flapping in your face. What a foul night.